How you doing, guys? I'm Mr. Grimreaper 2 with the Alpha Wolf 25 and the incomparable Dark Knight 987. And tonight, as promised, we are going to give you guys our review for Ghostbusters 2. Now, this film was also directed. Oh wait, hold on. I messed up. Hold on. Let me go back to where I was. Ghostbusters 2. Ooh. Ooh. Excuse me. Thank you.
Two.
No. Sorry. Okay, so I apologies. My apologies. My apologies. Sorry. Okay. So this film was also written by Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd, and this film was also directed by Ivan Reitman. This film brings back the original cast from the first film, some of them, except the asshole from the first film, who does not come back. So we're gonna talk about the film. We're gonna give more of an insight into the controversy. We're gonna talk a little bit more about the controversy and stuff like that. And then So this happens I would have to say 3 years after the 84 film? 84, 85, 86, 87, 88. So that's like 5 years later.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so after saving New York City from the demigod Gozer.
It says it right there, 5 years later.
Oh yeah. Yeah. After saving New York City from the demigod Gozer, the Ghostbusters are sued for property damage and barred from investigating the supernatural, forcing them out of business. 5 years later, Ray Stantz owns an occult bookstore and works as a children's entertainer with Winston. Egon works in a laboratory conducting experiments into human emotions, and Vinkman hosts a psychic television show. Peter's ex-girlfriend, Dana Barrett, has had a son, Oscar, with an ex-husband, and works in an art museum. After Oscar's carriage is drawn to a busy intersection by an unseen force, Dana turns to the Ghostbusters for help. Dana's boss, Janos Poha, is possessed by the spirit of Vigo the Carpathian, a 16th century tyrant trapped in a painting in the museum. Vigo orders Poha to locate a child that Vigo can possess, allowing him to return to life. Because he's an asshole.
Normal possession stuff, yes.
Yeah. Under this intersection where Oscar's carriage was possessed, the Ghostbusters discover a river of slime filling the abandoned beach mnemonic transit line. After obtaining a sample, Ray is attacked by the slime and accidentally causes a citywide blackout. The Ghostbusters are arrested and found guilty of investigating the supernatural. In the courtroom, the slime taken as evidence reacts to the judge's angry outburst and releases the ghosts of two deceased convicts. The Ghostbusters capture the ghosts in exchange for the restraining order being rescinded. The slime invades Dana's apartment and attacks her and Oscar. She seeks refuge with Peter, and the two renew their relationship. The Ghostbusters discover that the slime reacts to emotions and suspect that it has been generated by the negative attitudes of New Yorkers. No shit.
Understandable.
While Peter and Dana have dinner, Egon, Ray, and Winston explore the underground river of slime. They are pulled into the river and escape coated in slime. They begin arguing, and Egon realizes that they are being influenced by the slime. They learn the river flows to the museum. Okay, we're gonna talk about that scene when they're on the tracks.
Oh God.
God, Jesus. My God. Okay. The Ghostbusters go to the mayor with their suspicions, but are dismissed. The mayor's assistant, who is a complete ass, Jack Hardemeyer has them committed to a psychiatric hospital to protect the mayor's interests. He's a fucking idiot. A spirit resembling Janos kidnaps Oscar from Peter's apartment. That's scary ass. The Ghostbusters are used positively charged slime to wait. A spirit resembling Janos kidnaps Oscar from Peter's apartment, and Dana pursues them to the museum. After she enters, the museum is covered with a barrier of impenetrable slime. On New Year's Eve, the slime rises to the streets, causing widespread paranormal activity. The mayor fires Hardemeyer and has the Ghostbusters released. Determining that they need a symbol of positivity to rally the citizen and weaken the slime, the Ghostbusters use positively charged slime to animate the Statue of Liberty and pilot it through the streets before the cheering populace. At the museum, the slime recedes. They use the statue's torch to break through the ceiling. Janos is neutralized with positively charged slime, but Vigo immobilizes the Ghostbusters and attempts to possess Oscar. A chorus of Auld Lang Syne by the citizens outside weakens Vigo, returning him to the painting and freeing the Ghostbusters. Vigo momentarily possesses Ray, and the other Ghostbusters attack him. Lewis attacks the weakened slime barrier with a proton stream of his own. Vigo is destroyed, and the painting transforms into a likeness of the Ghostbusters protecting Oscar. The Ghostbusters receive a standing ovation from the onlookers and the keys to the city from the mayor. Thus ending the movie. Okay, so we need to talk about that scene in the okay, so there was a scene in this movie that goes dark. This movie goes dark. Once again, this movie decides to go dark, and it's creepy as hell. Yeah. You know what scene I'm talking about, right?
The heads on the pikes.
Oh my god. One of the scariest scenes in this film is when Winston, Ray, and Egon are walking down the tracks. They hear a train coming. They hear what sounds like a city train coming.
Or a subway train.
A subway train, yeah. Coming down the tracks, and it's like and we see a ghost of a train goes right through Winston. After that, they start hearing they start hearing demonic shit, demonic noises coming from inside the subway line, and the next thing that they see are these fucking heads on pikes. Oh my god!
Yeah.
I never thought that they would go that dark, but they went that dark. What do you think?
Yeah. It was especially because you don't expect it.
No.
Like, heads on pikes. Like, what does that have to do with trains?
I don't know.
I
don't know.
It's terrifying, and it's a jump scare almost.
Yeah.
Because you don't see it coming.
Do you think that it could have been maybe Vigo fucking with them?
I don't know, because ghosts were on the surface as well in this movie, wreaking havoc.
Yeah.
So it might have just been like a ghost train and then the aftermath of what happened.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. One of the best scenes that I think that I would have to say was when we see cameos from people involved in the film. 2 cameos to be exact. Cheech Marin, who played one of the harbor.
That was one of my favorite.
One of the harbor captains, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. Better late than never.
Yeah. The Titanic. The Titanic freaking comes to shore, and you see the ghosts of the people that were on the Titanic.
That's terrible. Oh, that was dark. That's really dark. And then
we see another cameo from a big music guy from that era, Bobby Brown. You don't know who Bobby Brown was?
I know who Bobby Brown is, but when was that one?
What?
Because Cheech was one of my favorite ones.
It was when he was asking them for. He was asking them if he could get an autograph, like when they were coming out of the asylum. Remember?
Oh.
When they went to go see the mayor, I think.
I have no idea. I haven't seen this movie in a little while.
I'm trying to remember here. It was a part. Trying to think. Okay, so let me see here if I can try to find it here. Let me see. That was a part when they're coming out of the when they first go see the mayor, like after the train scene, like after they get out, they go see Peter first because he's having dinner with Dana.
Okay.
This black guy who's in a suit opens the door for them, and he says, you think you can give me an autograph for my kid brother? Can I have a proton pack for my kid brother? That's Bobby Brown.
Oh yeah,
You're completely blank.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it. I just can't draw it to my mind.
Okay, do you know what I'm talking about, dude?
Yes.
Yeah, then when they're going to go see the mayor. There's a black dude on the outside. There's a black dude.
Yeah, that was him. Yes.
Yeah, that was Bobby Brown.
It says right here. It says he was the doorman to the Gracie Mansion when the Ghostbusters go see the mayor in New York City.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the doorman.
Yeah, he's the doorman.
I thought he was just a random fan.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
okay,
he was the doorman in the movie.
Okay.
Okay, so.
Like Bobby Brown.
Huh?
I don't like Bobby Brown much.
Why?
Because I like Whitney Houston.
Well. But anyway, so yeah, a couple of people. Yeah, where is it? Yeah, Bobby Brown is the doorman to Gracie Manor. Also, I want to talk about Bill Murray's. I think he's a brother. That's one of his brothers, right?
Where?
Brian Doyle Murray.
Psychic doctor.
Yep, he's the older brother of Bill Murray.
Yeah, he was the psych when they're in the psychiatric hospital.
Yeah. That's funny.
The doctor.
I didn't even know Dan Aykroyd's niece was in this movie.
Yeah, I see here. Yeah, I didn't know it is that she played one of the
school children. Ben Stein, who played a public works official for that mayor. Jason Reitman.
You know who that is? Remember the Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Yeah, I remember. Jason Reitman, who is the director of the 2020 version, actually played. Yeah, he's the little boy that insults he insults Dan Aykroyd and Winston at the birthday party. Yeah, Cheech Marine was the dock supervisor.
That was my favorite one because it was terrible. It was so dark.
Let's see, Philip Baker Hall is city police chief.
And then Bobby Brown.
Willem von Homburg is Vigo, but his dialogue was dubbed by Max von Sydow.
Sydow.
But yeah, because apparently his regular voice was not good. So
it's funny when they have movies like that.
Yeah, but
your voice isn't good enough, but your face is.
But yeah, I there's some things in this movie that I loved. There was quite a bit actually that I loved. The part where Dana's walking down, like I think it happens at the beginning of the film when Dana is taking Oscar, when they're walking down the street and stuff like that. The carriage the carriage goes by itself.
I hate that part.
Yeah, it's scary. And the part where Janos goes to kidnap Oscar. I thought that shit was scary as hell.
That was creepy. He creeped me out.
Yeah. Even in his normal tone.
He's just a creepy guy.
Creepy. He's just creepy as hell. Janos is creepy as hell because he's trying to get he's trying to get the affections of Dana, but she doesn't want to have nothing to do with his ass.
I wouldn't either. He's creepy by nature, sadly.
Yeah. What did you think? And then when Ray gets possessed by Vigo, I think that's scary as hell too.
Damn right.
Yeah.
That was creepy. I thought that there's a lot of creepy imagery in this movie than there was in the first movie. But things turn dark. Things turn dark quick. When we see the heads on the pikes. I don't think this was for a PG movie. For a movie that was rated PG. This is when PG actually meant something.
Yeah. It was a bit too gory.
Yeah, it was. This should have gotten an R rating.
Yeah.
For the imagery that we saw in the movie, because it was horrific. It was horrifying.
Yeah. At that time, like R rating meant gory. No, PG-13. Show all the guts and glory you want.
Yeah.
Just no sex.
Yeah, but.
No, that's crossing the line.
Yeah, this was when PG during the 80s. It kind of got worse. PG kind of got worse when they started adding the PG-13 rating in the 90s, like the 96 to 99, I believe, is when they started. That's the dark time for films. But so people say. I felt like that this movie had a lot of creepy moments in it, and I felt like for a PG film, this was definitely not for kids.
Yeah, no.
But people want to say, "Oh, this is a kids movie." No, it's not.
Well, I think the first one wasn't really for kids either.
No, far from it.
Yeah.
But kids still went to go see this movie.
It was funny.
In '89.
Yeah, the dancing toaster.
And that was funny as hell. I love that.
Dancing toaster.
I love the dancing toaster. I thought that was funny. There's a lot of stuff in this film that's there's also some dramatic moments in this film too, as well.
In the first scene, she almost loses a baby.
Yeah.
Baby could get run over. And
then the part where Janos possessed, the possessed Janos comes to take the Oscar, and like we were talking about with the first film, I still don't understand the relationship between Janine and Lewis. Because they were kind of lovey-dovey. They were kind of lovey-dovey a little bit in this movie.
Well, they're very lovey-dovey. What are you talking about? I think it was a set relationship that but they're still awkward. Yeah. So that they translated that into their relationship.
Yeah,
I think they did good with it.
Yeah, there was some stuff in here that I thought that there were. Sorry to cut you out of this conversation, dude. I'm not trying to.
No, you guys are fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to.
No, that's fine. Y'all can talk as long as y'all want it. Y'all guys are fine.
Oh, but. Maybe you want to chime in. What did you think, dude? Like, you have any ideas? Like on the relationship between Janine and Lewis?
Well, I have to say, lovey-dovey, I have to say it that way.
Yeah.
Like y'all did. That's the way it was.
Yeah.
And I want to go back to what you were talking about, how dark this movie actually went.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. It did, because in this movie, you know, you think it's going to be like the first one, you know, funny and it has a bit of scary moments. But this one went way beyond that. With the heads on the stake there, yeah, it went way beyond that. So, yeah, for me too, yeah, it has its creepy moments in there. It's really, yeah, creepy vibes in there.
Yeah, it and the scene that I think that I love the most had to be the dock workers. When the Titanic comes to shore.
Wow.
It's just terrible.
When the Cheech Marine and the other guy, they're looking at each other like and Cheech, what did Cheech say, dude? Do you remember the line he said? Better late than never.
Even though all of them were dead.
That's so fucked up. That's so messed up. So bad, man.
What's the Titanic going to New York?
Not that I know of. I don't even know if it was or wasn't. I'd look it up if I were you, Cassie. But it probably was. It probably was, depending on whether because it got hit by an iceberg. Remember?
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Yeah, to New York City.
Better late than never.
It's terrible.
But anyway, because I didn't know that I didn't know until just now that it was headed for New York City, but I didn't know that at the time.
I think I did because I researched it, but
yeah,
you forget things.
I need to talk. That's another movie we need to talk about. I hate that movie so hard.
The Titanic?
Yes.
I don't watch it.
It was stupid.
I don't want to cry.
Really? It makes you cry?
I haven't seen it, but because it was.
It's a really
really
long ass movie.
So is The Color Purple.
Huh?
So is The Color Purple.
Ooh, 4 hours?
Never mind.
That's another movie we can cover. We can cover The Color Purple. I love that movie. You've seen The Color Purple, haven't you, dude?
No, I have not.
You haven't? Okay. That's another movie. I'm surprised. But anyway, yeah, there was some stuff in here that was horrifying. That there was some dramatic moments. There was the comedy was much better than I think the comedy was there. Mm-hmm. A hell of a lot more than it was in the first movie. Mm-hmm. Like I don't get, and I don't understand the hate for this one. I don't understand the hate for Ghostbusters 2. I thought that Ghostbusters 2 was really nice. It was a really good movie.
Well, people probably didn't like this one because it was more of possession kind of movie.
Yeah.
Instead of like a ghost hunting movie.
Yeah.
Probably that, because it was only focused on slime and that one ghost.
Yeah.
Trying to get him that.
I wish Slimer could have. I wish it could have brought Slimer back in this one.
They did.
They did?
Yeah. He
When?
escaped and he drove a bus.
Oh.
And then Lewis hitched a ride. He's like,
oh yeah,
license.
When Lewis is trying to get to the museum.
Mm-hmm. Because they're all late.
Yeah.
Didn't they think he saved the world because he was doing the?
Yeah. Yeah. There was another part. The part when they started putting that slime all over inside the Statue of Liberty. Mm-hmm. I love that part.
I like that.
Especially how it looked. Especially how the graphics look on the Statue of Liberty as she's moving.
She's swimming.
As she's moving to shore.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that. I love the scene where I love when that talk that Ray says, that speech that he says when they start to lose hope. Remember? It's like towards the last part of the movie. Like when they first drive into they're trying to shoot at the slime, mm-hmm. and they can't penetrate the slime. Mm-hmm. So, when they start looking at they start you see uh you see the Statue of Liberty on their car, on the Ecto One.
License plate kind of?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I love the scene where he's saying when they lost all hope, you feel like they lost all hope. They where they needed a freaking what's the word I'm looking for?
Sign of happiness. I think that's what they use.
Like
happiness.
yeah, like a sign to help them out. Like they were looking like for like a symbol or something like that. Symbol of hope.
Which is the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah. And I love when he, I love that. I love that speech that he gives and stuff like that. I just love that speech a lot when he. But what did you think of Vigo?
I'm not too much into like possession type movies. That's why I'm on that side where like it wasn't as good as the first one.
It wasn't as good as.
But it had its funny moments.
Yeah.
And those made up for that.
Yeah. What did you think of Vigo, dude?
Who are we talking about here?
Vigo, the main villain.
Oh, the main villain. Vigo. Well, excuse me. Well, I mean, I thought that, this was something, this was a different, villain that the Ghostbusters have to fight, encounter.
Yeah. I think he was more treacherous than freaking Gozer was.
Yeah.
He was a barbarian.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially when you remember when they were going inside the museum. I think it was Ray. I think it was Ray, Peter. I don't know if Winston was there or not. I don't know Egon was there, but I don't know if Winston was there with him. When Ray was, I'm trying to remember it. He kind of had that barbaric look to him. When you first see him in the painting, when we're first introduced to him, but I think
he looked like a barbaric magician. Yeah. Like he'd be a sorcerer, kind of, but in the Dark Ages.
Yeah. And the scene where you remember the scene when they're looking at they're looking at they're in that red room. They're in like a red room or something like that, and they're looking at the pictures of what they snapped and stuff like that, and the whole and they're talking about Vigo, his historical atrophies or something like that. If that makes any sense.
Not really,
I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, and the whole place cut, and you think something is wrong. Something goes wrong. Oh shit. Oh man, I hate this phone so bad.
He was breaking up. So.
Yeah. Sorry guys. Hey man, I'm sorry man. My stupid phone freaking dropped the call.
I figured.
But yeah, I apologize guys. I apologize for all this. I apologize for having some technical difficulties and stuff. But yeah, what I was trying to get at is I was trying to talk about the when they're in that black room where they were looking at the pictures and stuff like that, and Ray, I think it was Ray and Egon, I think, and then they were. Ray said something about Ray was talking about Vigo and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden the door gets locked. The door locks. They can't get out at all, and then the whole place catches on fire.
I think I remember that vaguely, but like
Vaguely.
I said, it's been a long time. But isn't that one where I can't remember? It might be a different movie. But
What?
Doesn't he have multiple faces on
What?
the pictures?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
Yeah. They were looking at the. You remember they were looking at the slime.
Mm-hmm.
They were looking at the slime at the bottom of the picture, and
Okay.
they were seeing. They were seeing. That's when they were talking about the river of slime, and stuff like that, and yeah, I don't really remember too much, neither, because I hadn't watched the movie in a while.
Yeah.
Sorry, apologize, guys. We're trying our best here, but I still felt like I think Vigo was even more of a barbaric person than that of Gozer. You know what I mean?
Gozer was very. What did I say the last time?
What?
Like she gave you options.
Yeah.
She was a good villain. She was giving you options.
But I think I still would have to say that Vigo was kind of horrifying, more horrifying, more of a treacherous, horrifying villain than Gozer was. Because I get Gozer. Gozer will give you ways of your own destruction.
She'll allow you to pick your destructor as long as you destroy your planet.
Yeah. Vigo, on the other hand, is a freaking barbaric brute.
Which, because I saw it, a different generation. I saw it later in the years.
Yeah.
So, I've seen more possession movies that are just like Vigo. You know, you don't really get an option. They just want to be reborn.
Yeah, that's
So
kind
for
of
me, he wasn't really a good villain to me. He was like a subpar, copy everyone else kind of villain. But I will say, at least it wasn't like religious.
He's not religious or anything like that. But
Which
I have
most
to.
possession movies are.
I think he was a good villain, though. I would have to say that he was a good villain. We got two differing opinions, but I'm gonna let Knight spin his tale and stuff like that, and see what he thinks. Hey man, what did you think of the character Vigo?
Well, David is a lot more. I guess he was a lot more. I'm trying to think of a word to. Like it's. I mean, this is one of I guess on the Ghostbusters, that the battle, it was more different than the first one that they fought, and he was, he was a lot more, I won't say evil, but a lot more, I don't know what's the word I'm trying to say. I can't get it out right now.
Let's just agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, we're all kind of
In our own
we're all
sections.
kind of in our own sections of an idea of what Vigo was. But I still think if I were to put a name to Vigo, I would say that he's not the best villain. I do agree with you with that. He's not the best villain. But he was more darker, more barbaric in his ideas
More darker.
of what he wanted to accomplish, and that was taking Oscar. That was possessing Janos and taking Oscar.
Well, also, what was his point? After he was gonna be reborn, what then? What was he gonna do then?
He wanted Dana and Janos to freaking take care of him as a kid.
I know, but after that, when he grows up, what did he want to do?
Yeah, I don't know.
He had no real plan but to possess the boy.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
I don't
It's
remember
kind of,
like a statement of him saying anything else.
yeah, I kind of agree on that. That it wasn't the best plan that he had, but it was. It wasn't the best master plan that he came up with.
Mm-hmm. I guess if you're that powerful, then you can do anything you want after that.
I think he could have. He didn't have to possess Oscar. He could have just taken over the world. He could have just. It
probably would have been easier though.
He would have been.
Would have learned the world first.
Yeah.
And then would have, been able to.
Well, I wanted to. I had this. Now that we're talking about Ghostbusters 2, I had this idea. Where where it's years later, and Oscar would be grown up by now. Mm-hmm. He would be what, in his 20s? He would be in his maybe 20s or something like that. Mm-hmm. But when I came up with the idea, it was 2011, 2012. And he would grow up, and he wanted to get payback. He wanted to get revenge for what Vigo did.
But what did Vigo do, though? I mean,
try to possess him, try to make his life a miserable hell.
But he didn't, though.
Yeah, but how can I put it?
See, I would get it if he was possessed in the end.
Yeah.
And maybe we could see what Vigo was going to do, but
yeah,
he didn't possess him after all, though.
Well, I kind of wanted, my idea of it was kind of making it a darker version of the Ghostbusters. Like
we'll see what they have in 2020.
Yeah, he would Oscar would get revenge on the people. I figured that Vinkman would be his dad. Vinkman and
like his father figure.
Like his father figure. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like
I don't see that happening, but okay.
But like if like say Dana and Peter got together again, which they ended up doing at the end of the film. But they probably would have
split up because he's the same person he was back in the first film.
He got better though. Yeah. He got a little better. Would you say that or no?
But he was a charmer. He charmed her in the first film, and then he probably.
Yeah, but he got along good with Oscar.
Yeah, but still, I mean, you have to get along with the mother too, as well.
Yeah, but
that's like having a baby to save the marriage.
That's like
it's not gonna work.
How can I put it? How can I put it? They could have gone a decade. And it could have been either the worst thing that they ever did or the best thing they ever did. But who knows what could have come out if they would have gotten married together.
I just don't see it because he was a jerk. His personality, his character was written as a jerk.
Yeah.
So I can't see it myself.
What about you, man? What do you think? The dynamic between Dana and Peter.
Well, I know they were not together, and then they end up getting back together. That's how relationships are,
Yeah. But do you think that they could have? Do you think that? Stop, stupid cat. Do you think that they could have worked it out with each other?
Well, they could try to. Some
What do you
places
think,
work,
Cassie?
some can't. I think they
really
could have.
Huh?
I haven't seen the movie in a while, so I don't know how he was at the end, but knowing him from the first and the first half of the second is...
Well, what I remember is that he would just about do anything for Dana.
There's
And
a
I
reason
think,
they broke up, though.
Yeah, there's a reason. Yeah, there's a reason, but they try to work it. They try to mend fences. Remember? That's how I felt. That's how I felt when seeing the movie. When I saw the movie, is that they try to mend their relationship.
Yeah, but one scene.
They tried.
One scene isn't a lifetime worth. Like, you have to be willing to spend a lifetime together, or else why get married?
They could have given it 10 years. They could have said. They could have maybe after this, 5 years later, 5 years down the road, they're probably either not together again or they're probably together. You know what I mean? We don't know. It is just. It's just a what if.
Either way, back to the...
Yeah.
Yeah. Off topic.
But anyway. Well, kind of on topic a little bit.
Yeah, that's for 2020, though.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll find out.
Yeah. I'm hoping they bring him back, though. I'm hoping they bring the...
Maybe we'll see Oscar as a teenager or something.
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that...
He'll probably be an adult, but I don't know.
Yeah, he'll probably be older.
Yeah.
Maybe he's one of the Ghostbusters that they trained.
Hopefully. We don't know.
You know
the movies nowadays, we don't know.
Yeah, but anyway, sorry guys, we're off topic. But anyway, yeah, I felt that the film,
5%.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
We'll wait for you. Hello. All right.
I'm gonna have to charge this damn phone here in a little while. But anyway, we're just gonna go right into our ratings, and we're gonna just talk about like what we would give it, like and stuff like that. I'm gonna let you go first, Cassie. Go ahead. What would you give Ghostbusters 2?
Because I don't like possession movies, but it still had that comedy that I really loved. Mm-hmm. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10.
7.5.
Yeah.
Explain.
Because I personally don't like the possession.
Yeah.
I don't like really anything possession movies because I see like the real life kind of possessions.
Yeah.
You know, that the priests exorcise people, but they really die of starvation.
Yeah.
I just can't get over that personally.
Yeah.
It's just embedded in my head.
All right. What about you, man? What would you give Ghostbusters 2?
Well, aside from the scary, creepy moments, you know, the heads in the stake, how dark it kind of went there a little bit, which, you know, to me was a little scary, you know. But, I thought it was a good movie. So, I want to give it, well, you know, I mean, I'm not saying it has any flaws. I'm saying it was a good movie. But, aside from the scary, creepy stuff that kind of freaked me out, you know, which I still can't get over, I would just give it, to me, I would say a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm gonna have to. So, like we said, I'm gonna have to give this. I love the movie, and I thought the aspects of the film did really well. I thought everything was good. There was a couple of hiccups that I didn't like in the film, but they're not too bad. It's not too bad where I'm gonna say no, this was a shit movie and all this other stuff. No, I'm not gonna say that because it's not a shit movie at all. This movie was completely off the rails. Funny. This movie has its horrific moments. This movie also has its dramatic moments, and it uses. And again, this is. I'm gonna go with 9.5 out of 10. I felt that the reason now before you bring out your pickaxes and pitchforks and all that.
Yep.
Torches and pitchforks. I felt that this movie deserves more credit than it was given. I felt that this movie deserves a hell of a lot more credit than it was given. Because there's moments in this movie that are extremely horrifying. Mm-hmm. There are moments in this movie where you feel for Dana. You feel for Dana when her son gets kidnapped. Mm-hmm. You see New York City go upside down yet again during this whole thing, and we didn't even talk about the mayor's assistant. We didn't even talk about him. Mm-hmm. He was an asshole.
Mm-hmm. But he got his just desserts. Though.
Yeah, he got his just desserts and stuff like that. Jack Hardemeyer. I think Jack was a complete jackass. But he still made a good villain, a good protagonist. Antagonist, thank you. For this film. Get the fuck off me, you evil son of a... Well, anyway. But anyway, yeah, I thought that this movie was good. I felt that the movie did extremely well for what it was trying to accomplish, and I think that Ghostbusters 2 stands the test of time. But we'll see what happens with the 2020 version for Ghostbusters 3. So, yeah, I know I said that we were gonna go right into that. We're gonna talk a little bit more about the controversy with the 2020 version and the 2016 version, but yeah, my phone's dying, and I'm pretty sure Alex is gonna have to go to sleep here in a little while anyway. But me and Alpha Wolf will do the Ralph Breaks the Internet review. Let my phone rest. Dude, I'm pretty sure you'll see it. You'll end up seeing the review when it goes up anyway. So.
I will catch you guys. So I want to say thank you guys for watching us. And I won't be for the Ralph review, but I will watch it and give my support on that. And so I hope you guys enjoy the next video and stuff like that. So, but yeah.
Yeah. So that's gonna end it for tonight. For right now. Thank you for watching this edition of Back in Time with yours truly. I am Mr. Grimreaper 2 with the Alpha Wolf 25 and Dark Knight 987. And the next time we'll get together, maybe it'll be for Jumanji.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, yeah.
Not the newer one.
I haven't
the
seen
one with
it.
Robin. Really?
Yeah, sadly.
Good God.
I was never able to find it. Literally every
you
single time.
You can find it.
No,
I'll show you.
We had a tape. And guess what happened to it?
What?
The things came out of it. And we couldn't do the little, like...
I can't believe you haven't seen it. You've seen the Robin Williams Jumanji, right, dude?
Of course. I grew up on
that. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. Well, we'll see y'all later. I'll see... I'm Mr. Grimreaper 2 with Dark Knight 987 and the Alpha Wolf 25.
Bad boy.
We'll see you on the afterlife. Peace.